people act. I was going to change my background.
I know you were, but I wanted to get this for blooper rolls.
Oh, fabulous. Well, like,
Because
I love... Okay. So
Love
I
Island.
love the show.
Might as well talk about reality TV because I don't watch reality TV. I am reality TV.
Fair enough. But I love my drama on camera, but on TV. But at the same time, I think because I was a sociology major, I just love seeing how groups interact and how like reality TV has become something. It's just I don't like when they get all like DUIs and divorces. I like the fun part of them trying to fall in love, although I think a lot of them are just trying to fall in influence.
Do you remember Rock of Love?
Of course I do.
The runner-up to Rock of Love, season 1 was Heather Chadwell, and she's a real estate agent in, I think, LA or back in Columbus, but she's from here, and I hung out with her back in the day. And they would ply those girls with so much alcohol and just film them.
And wasn't he really married the whole time or something like that? Like
I don't have any idea. But because there was Rock of Love season 2, there was Rock of Love bus. Look, the Rock of Love bus. There was a lot. Okay.
Let me see. I wonder if there's like, let me see. I'm Googling really quickly. Show was entirely scripted. Oh, the show wasn't. Whoops. It was heavily produced and stage.
Really?
Yeah, it does say that.
I mean, there's no such thing as reality TV because it's all not real.
Well, I feel like because I have a friend that was a producer for, I can't remember if it was 90 Day Fiance or the one where they get married. Because I just happened to hear her voice.
Bachelor?
An episode. No. Because they go on honeymoons and all that stuff together and they get married. But I heard her voice. And I was like, oh my God, that's my friend Brandy. And you never hear the producers usually, but the guy was having like a crash out session and he was tired of the cameras and got in the elevator and she was like trying to talk him off the ledge. And me and her used to party a lot. So I was used to that voice. I had heard it before. So needless to say, I was like, I never asked her about it. I should have asked her about it, but I was like, she probably can't tell me anything anyway because of work and NDA.
Totally.
But at the same time, it just made me more interested in it because I know someone that's done it and she's a pretty girl, and she went to UNC Chapel Hill, so she's well educated too. Which is always like, oh, how do they get people to do this? And there's like a TV show about reality show dating that kind of shows the behind the scenes where they're producing the talent, the daters, to act a certain way by giving them vodka, letting certain things slip around them, or telling other contestants things that happened off camera that maybe they didn't hear, so they would react a certain way, and it seems out of nowhere. So I definitely feel like it's probably heavily produced, all of them, but
totally.
Still all in.
Okay.
All right, now we're back to real life. Well, I mean, you know some of the housewives too. You know everybody.
I do.
And some of their designers.
I do.
What is the Bobby
Trendy?
Yes.
He's friends with Lisa Vanderpump.
I'm back.
He's friends with Lisa Vanderpump. And then Jeff Lewis, Martin Lawrence Boulard, I trained under, and he did all the Kardashians' places. He also did RuPaul's place, actually. Yeah.
What a drag. Not really, because I love RuPaul. RuPaul was the first drag queen I ever saw in real life. I went to the B-52's record opening party for not Love Shack, but the record after that. I was a teenager, so I had like no clue what was going on. And this is when we lived in New York City, and my mom's best friend like worked for the marketing company that was putting it on. So it was all coincidental. My mom had no clue what we're going to. It was a church that was like turned into a nightclub. I am definitely way underage, but hey.
Was it in New York City?
Yeah.
You're talking about Limelight, which is turned into a David Barton's gym, which was a former church, which we just pulled inspiration from for the project that we're working on.
Needless to say, I saw freaking RuPaul and I was following her around like she was Diana Ross because she was the tallest, most beautiful goddess I had ever seen in my entire life. And I was fresh off the boat, like literally just had moved here from the Netherlands. And I'd never seen a black woman that looked like her.
Your black microphone is like disappearing.
I don't want it to be a shadow on my beautiful face.
Oh, it was like covering your face.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That looks.
And I don't want to look like I'm
too much mic. I know.
Phallic-y too.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right. So real life. Hi, welcome to TDX.
Hey. Hey guys, welcome to the TDX Podcast. I'm your host, Danny Russo, with the amazing Camille Bauer.
Yay! Hi everyone, I'm Camille Cower, and I work with a lot of people, but I mainly work with Danny right now. He's one of my favorite clients in the world as my brand strategist and marketing, communications, PR, all the things.
All of the things. Oh, so how are you?
Trying to work with, because you have so much great content, like so many great pictures. We talked about this last episode about confidence being competence. No,
Confidence.
not
Your confidence should come from competence. If you're going to be confident and cocky, you better be competent.
And boy, does your house and your Dropbox, like, it's filled to the rim with so much great pictures, so many great photos. I feel like I'm a kid in a candy store, or like every day's Christmas. I just love looking through your pictures, finding something new, finding something else I can promote. I
love it when you post some of the things you post. I'm like, I'll get a call on somebody be like, I love what you just did. And I'm like, what did I do? And they're like, you just posted it. And I'm like, sure. Okay. And they're like, I have no idea. And people don't realize that it's you posting.
A little fairy dust from Camille makes everything better.
I know. My life easier.
I'm loving this job, but I have to ask you, because this episode is about renovations, roulette, and contractors, inspectors. What is that all about? No, I'm kidding. So what are some of your like tips as far as like red flags and finding contractors? I'm sure you have some horror stories as well as some like diamonds in the rough stories.
Oh, I could tell you so many stories. And the worst story to have to tell people and hearing is that their contractor filed bankruptcy and they don't have their windows, their doors, their kitchen appliances, their countertops, and the contractor has filed bankruptcy and is gone. And they have to rebuy everything that they've already paid for. That happens more often than you think. And being in this business for 20 years, I vet my contractors, make sure they're licensed, they're bonded. I know where to find them. I have references on them. So I take a lot of the guesswork out. And then when people do not use our contractors, it's kind of a thing where the contractor thinks they know more than the designer, and I have to let them believe that. And then I have to correct everything that they do wrong. And it's almost like a not my circus, not my monkeys thing, but I still have to participate. And it can go very south, but we work with some great people and we have different levels of contracting teams that we assign to each different project, because each project is unique and each project requires a unique design, a unique team, and it's about whatever the budget is, where that level of contracting is going to be, how much contracting is needed. And I actually have one of my favorite contractors in my office right now. I opened the door and he was standing there and I'm like, oh, we're here. Gotta go on a podcast, be at my house in an hour, and I needed washer installs. But
oh wait,
like,
you're getting another washing machine?
No, I bought a drawer for my washing machine, so it's going to be raised up. And I hope that's going to give me the height that I wanted. And then I'm going to rip out my laundry room and redo it, because that's what I do. But finding a contractor is very difficult. It is not easy. And a lot of people don't work with contractors as much as we do. So we know questions to ask them, to vet them, to determine their competency level for a project. My personal team that is very hard to book, they're always booked out. I have actually trained them to think like me. And whenever a problem arises, sometimes they're like, oh my God, we have to rip this whole thing out. This problem just arose. And I go, nope, no. I show up and I come up with a creative solution. And they're like, oh my God, that's why you know what you're doing. And that's why you've been doing this so long. And that's why you're so good. So I've gotten them to think differently, think outside the box, and think like a designer, think like Danny Russo. That's where the bracelets came from, WWDFRD.
Oh, I need one of those.
I'll get you some.
Yeah. I need some new merch. I noticed, like, that was the other thing I noticed in the Dropbox is you have these wonderful slogans on your shirts.
Yes.
Can you share where some of them came from? Like, make pretty happen.
Your volume went down.
Oh, my volume went down.
I don't know why.
Oh, can you still hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Might be me. making pretty happen. I don't know. I was trying to think of a good line for our t-shirts, and making pretty happen came out of my mouth one day when somebody said, "What are you doing?" One of my friends, Hayden, said, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Making pretty happen. What do you think I'm doing? Sitting here staring at a wall?" I'm like, "I'm making pretty happen."
Yeah, because
pretty doesn't just happen.
I didn't wake up like this. Well, I mean, pretty close, but no, really. Since I work virtually for you, my husband sometimes will hear me talking on the phone with you, or like dealing with other stuff and things, and he's like, "Hey, are you talking to me?" Because he's on vacation. He's off from work right now. And like a couple of weeks ago, when I first started working for you, he had damaged his back, so he was home on disability or short term, whatever it's called. Anyway.
Yeah.
And point being, he would be like, "What are you do? Are you talking to me?" And then I would be like yelling at him, "I work." And now I'm going to say, "I'm making pretty happen." Now that I know what the story is about, because
that goes back to my big sunglasses when I walked out one day and Fred looked at me and said, "Who do you think you are, Carl fucking Lagerfeld?" And I said, "No, I'm Danny fucking Russo, idiot." And then that stuck and became my hashtag DFR, and then WWDFRD. What would Danny fucking Russo do? And we went through obviously, to be in this industry, we are literally making pretty happen. So you have to be narcissistic because we're dealing with things. I have my own emoji. We called it my demoji. And then I turned it into a t-shirt, and then I turned it into an enamel pin. And then it just evolved from there.
Yeah, I love it. And you also have another slogan or motto: expect the unexpected.
Yes. I like surprising people. I like throwing in, I'm going to say this word. I like throwing in kinky elements that you wouldn't think of using in a room. I like to use things that are conversation pieces, but are totally unexpected to see. That mirror right there. And then if you look deeply into that background, that fireplace has fake candles in it. And I actually took a piece of mirror from a bathroom that we did and glued that mirror to the back of that chimney to make it look like it's deeper. But yeah, so who would see a mirror inside of a fireplace?
Now I knew.
That's where I guess smoke and mirrors comes from too. I heard that.
Okay. All right. Because I was like earlier when we were talking about I bring fairy dust, I like press my twinkle, and I never use these sound effects. And I have really weird names for it because I was like, "What's twinkle?" And then I clicked it. So
interesting.
I have a lot of fun little sound effects on it. Anyway, back to the real world of our podcast. This is what happens when you're ADHD. Amy is probably losing it right now because she's like, "Don't multitask. Stay on one thing." And
is that what was in the newsletter?
Yeah. Well, there's an article because I like Googled and found like an article that explains it in more detail why you shouldn't. But I'm like, those are probably normies, not neurodivergent people who can handle just one thing at a time. It's probably
totally
work.
Totally didn't.
Like, I'm not going to use a chainsaw and also do something else at the same time. But yeah, the basic things. But picture me with a chainsaw. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah.
Danny Russo's world. I have a question for you about a lot of people would assume that hiring you would be out of their budget. And you've made a point almost every episode, a little bit of a point of not hiring you is out of their budget. So can you share a little bit about what kinds of things that people may assume makes a designer more expensive, but you prove?
People assume that we're only doing custom sofas or we're only doing custom tables, and that's not true. We go to Wayfair, we shop I almost went into IKEA the other day. I had to stop myself, but we shop everywhere. And when you're having a curated look, you're purchasing less. Like I have a client who went and bought a chandelier, and I told her not to do it. And and then I found a different chandelier for her and she loved it and we just replaced it. And she's like, "Oh, I wish I would have waited until I had you before I bought this piece." So I hear that every day, but designers are affordable and we save you money in the long run because we get things at a discount and you end up not having to do things 2 or 3 times. Like I had a client recently ask where to go shopping for furniture. You can't really go places to shop for furniture anymore. And if you can, that piece of furniture is going to be low quality. You're going to be replacing it in 3 to 5 years because they don't make furniture to last. The only thing that they show on furniture showroom floors are things that are good sellers, that are popular, that they value engineered to get every dollar they possibly can out of, and they don't give you the level of service that a designer will. So when you hire a designer, not only are you getting better service, you're getting better quality things, and you're also getting them cheaper than most retailers can sell them, because we don't have chains of stores. We're small businesses. So we get things, and we don't have the overhead, and we get things, the same things that are in the big box stores. Somebody was talking about Restoration Hardware the other day. I don't know if Restoration Hardware is a furniture store these days or a restaurant, because they're opening all these stores, and I could tell you that the furniture is not that great of quality, and the food, it's a $45 for a piece of salmon. Like, what is, so when people say they want Restoration Hardware, that scares most designers because it's just so overpriced. But yeah, that's how designers save money. Oh, you're gone. Hold on, you're gone.
My fault. I forgot I pressed mute so I wouldn't be humming, and because I noticed when I edit, if we were both talking at the same times, it just jumbles and doesn't make, and you can't, yeah. So I was like, I muted myself. My bad.
Fuck.
I muted myself. Can you hear me?
Not yet.
Okay.
Hold on. When will my Apple thingies connect?
Gotta love Apple.
I
Love
thought you
Bloopers.
bring them close and they just connect.
Use your other oh, can't hear me.
We're here. Open. Here's my other thingy. Dude, come on.
It's still not working?
I want you on my iPhone. I want you on my Mac. Hold on.
Take your time. I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. Then I said I had the volume. Oh,
I don't understand why these aren't connected. The microphone. Use what you had before with my phone.
there you go. You got my text message. Yay. Can you hear me? Oh, that's a jerk.
You hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
So that was totally my fault. I had pressed mute and forgot I pressed mute because I was like trying to train myself from when I'm editing. I noticed that if we're both talking at the same time, it just becomes a jumbled mess, and then we miss whatever said. So I was like, ooh, I'll press mute so I don't interrupt what you're saying. But yeah, won't do that again.
Restoration Hardware, don't go there. $45 overpriced.
Okay.
Restoration Hardware, $45 for a piece of salmon. I don't know whether they're selling furniture or salmon, but it's not quality furniture and it's not quality salmon. So stay in your lane, Restoration Hardware.
I love it. It wasn't until I started working with you, because a lot of times, because like you're thinking, oh, these are the sacks of big door stores. I can't think of it.
Big box stores.
And little did I know that you have all these funny nicknames for them, because like I think you have a nickname for Pottery Barn.
Poverty Barn.
Yep. And then
Jolly Decorator, Holly Lobby. Typically meet at Poverty Barn at about noon to go to lunch at Restoration Hardware and have overpriced fish.
Frustration Hardware.
Whatever. That's a good one.
I was like, oh, that's such a good one. Because that was the place to buy stuff from when I was like first buying my home, which we'll get into in another episode about some of the pitfalls of first-time home buyers. But I want to also talk to you about, when is splurging actually a good choice? Like what are the things that you need to be prepared to bring out the big checkbook?
Well, you always want to. So this is what amazes me about people. They'll see a sofa, and I've actually been out at bars and I've talked to like younger people, and they don't know what I do, and I love that. I love it when they don't know me, because that is the best. And I'll like pretend that I'm somebody else, and I'll be like, so, oh, where do you live? And they're like, I just moved here. Oh yeah, where do you like? Oh, where do you live? And then they start talking about blah blah blah, and they're like, yeah, I don't have any furniture. I'm like, where do you shop for furniture? And they'll tell me, and I'll be like, how much do you think a sofa should cost? Or like, where would you go to get one? And they'll say some ridiculous number like $700. If you're spending $700 on a sofa, it's going to fall apart within a year, if that. So You're sitting on your sofa every day. You're laying in your mattress every night. Comfort and sleep are two of the most valuable things in life. And sleep more than comfort, but you want to have a comfortable mattress. So you should very much be splurging on your mattress, and you should very much be splurging on your sofa. And then there's a few items here or there where we'll go to, like, we'll use, I call them filler pieces. Like, we'll use something lower end and pair it next to something higher end. And I'm really good at mixing and matching things like that. But when you're using something every day like that, you want it to be comfortable after work and just chill out. Play Minecraft or World of War, whatever they are doing these days. Monopoly Go, all of that. This episode is sponsored by Monopoly Go. Please download and friend us on Monopoly Go.
I'm literally trying to end that habit because I was like, I am on my phone so much.
I got Hayden addicted to Monopoly Go, and he's playing it at work now, and he goes, I don't know why I can't. I go, it's nothing like real Monopoly. But anyway, let's not
Please don't
promote
spend money on it. That's my big part. Like, because I'm always like, I don't understand spending real money on virtual stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been there and I've been, but I'm also the one that if I go to like a casino or something, I'm only doing like the penny slots or
Yeah.
Because I do the idea of losing money when there's shoes or makeup or
Yeah.
that I can buy. It's just
Exactly.
It gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I just don't feel like I'm that lucky where I'd actually win anything. Anyway, speaking of not winning anything.
Sorry, we're off track.
No, well, it's right back on the track. You talked about like the importance of finding the right contractors, and you talked about having like the worst case scenario is them filming or going on bankruptcy on you. Has there ever been a scenario where everything just was like everything just lined up perfectly, like the client expectations were reasonable and you were able to meet things before deadline? Oh yeah, that was probably all before pandemic. But
I think you've been watching too much reality TV because that doesn't exist. Not real. I mean, are you going to go out to dinner and you're going to come back from dinner and your kitchen's remodeled? When
HGTV.
Yeah, when it takes paint 3 days to cure, wallpaper tile to set. I don't know how they did that, but that's not real. So no, I've never. I've made everything line up, but it's never been an easy task to do. There's no such thing as an easy project. I
kind of want to delve into this, but maybe we should wait till another episode because you just brought up reality TV show versions of Decky doll designers. And I want to hear more about this because it used to be, everybody was always watching. It was like Sunday night TV or Friday. I don't even remember, but
save it for another time because we're going to analyze some of those episodes. We just need to figure out how to get the clips. And I totally want to dive into that. That's what I've been sending you like crazy.
Well, I do think it's really like a quick.
Did you see the one I sent you last night where the girl she put fabric over a chandelier and she's like, find the most non-flammable fabric that you can find. And this other woman was like, well, aren't you worried about it catching on fire? Just like a candle, don't leave it unattended. That shit's going to burn down. So we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But when back to contractors, I have heard so many people that, oh, I know this person. Oh, I know that person. Oh, I know that. Like everybody seems to know someone. But knowing someone, vetting someone, and having worked with someone is a completely different thing. So when I sometimes it turns out well, but usually we're fixing the other guy's problem, or caused. So it's like contractor roulette. And then I come in and I'm like, and they all seem to be named Tony. Everybody knows a Tony. And I'm like, wait, are you the Tony from the last They're like, no, different Tony. Not many fucking Tonys either.
There's apparently a lot of Tonys in my life. And
yeah.
I don't have a lot of Tonys.
Yeah. It's a tie-in thing. But no, I don't know. Yeah.
So one thing that I was interested in too, like as far as inspectors, have you ever had like an issue with an inspectors as well? Have you seen a client from a disaster?
Saved? No, but I'm one of the few designers that can read an inspection report, and two stories come to mind. I just recently had a client give me a inspection report, and their air conditioner wasn't working. And when I read the inspection report, they did the inspection when it was colder outside, so they didn't inspect the air conditioner. Well, guess what? The air conditioner was broke. And then one time I had a good friend. I have a good friend in Texas, and he had a foundation issue and there was a water issue. And he said, oh, there was a plumber out here that addressed it and fixed it. And I go, I had to keep asking more questions. So there was a plumber here. And I go, was he a licensed plumber? Yes, he was licensed. And I go, okay, I'm just asking because I want to find out more information. Plumber was licensed. So how do you know the plumber was licensed? I saw it on his van. Okay. So he was a reputable licensed plumber. You saw it on his van. So my next question was, did you hire the plumber? And he said, no. The homeowner that we were purchasing the home from hired the plumber because the inspection report came back that this needed to be remedied before we moved in. That tells me that they put a Band-Aid on the situation, so the problem was not fixed, and they made the problem fixed to close on the home. I have heard that same story at least 95 different ways and times, and I've had different conversations with people about different inspectors, but I always recommend that somebody use their own inspector that they've hired or a third-party inspector. Never trust what the realtor recommends, because the realtor and the inspector are probably friends. The homeowner and the inspector, they could be friends. Always hire your own inspector, and that will save you a lot of money in the long run.
Now, on that same token, as far as like hiring people to do the work, because like, for instance, when we bought our home, we wanted for the price, we're like, we want this. What I don't even remember what the flooring was before, but we're like, we want hardwood floors in the kitchen. And so he was like, oh, great, we'll do that for the price or whatever. Like, throw that in. Yeah. How do you feel about even that? Like, how do you make that conversation? But we get to pick the contractor, or we get to, because
I'd rather the client get a credit if the floors are bad and they end up buying their own, because I know I can calculate in my head how big a kitchen is and how much square footage versus how much price per square foot for hardwood versus LVP. And I can calculate that and turn it into something beautiful. Whereas they might just throw anything down. Oh, they would actually throw the cheapest thing that they can get down because they're looking to get out of it and just make you happy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I mean, it ended up being that the seller did the floor. Luckily, he was like a carpenter, but it was still kind of like, wait.
Yeah.
This is not what we were thinking when we said we wanted hardwood floors, but the next episode, we're going to talk about all the little pitfalls that new homeowners can fall into. And one thing, I even have a prop for it. Things that they may not know they need, that they need. Ooh, wrong way.
You're in a Zoom background.
Still doing it? Okay, whatever. It was an air filter.
Oh.
Yeah, I won't make you guess about it. Anyway.
You want me to do that one now?
No, well, you know what? Yeah, let's do it now, because we did have a long blooper section. Let's go through it.
Okay. So the number one thing that people don't change in their home, and they forget to, is the frickin' air filter. I live downtown, and I change my air filter at least every 20 to 30 days. And I have Amazon Subscribe and Save. I get a 4-pack every 30 days, and I literally have it on my calendar to go off, and I make sure I'm changing my air filter, because being in a downtown or near a freeway or anything, your house is collecting so much dust. It's so bad for your allergies. So I highly recommend changing your air filter every 30 days. They're not expensive. You don't need to get the expensive ones. They can be cheap, but it can cause so many problems. And throw up those pictures if you can that I sent you of Hayden's, and he had to call off work, and that air filter had to be 3 or 4 years old. And I remember when I was younger living in an apartment, I never thought to change the filter. And now I do it religiously. The other tip that we tell people is, if your fire alarm starts beeping, the batteries, change them all at once. Just spend the money on the freaking 9-volt batteries, break down, splurge for yourself. Otherwise, the other one in 2 months is going to start beeping and wake you up probably in the middle of the night.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So change them all at once. And because if one goes, the rest are going to go. So when I change my light bulbs in my bathroom, if one goes out, I'm using LEDs. the LEDs shouldn't go out. I know the rest are going to go. So I change all 5 at once, and it keeps the color temperature the same, and it just makes sense. So like my client has remote controlled blinds, and one blind was not working and they were battery operated. I had to order for him. I changed all the batteries at once. He would have only changed one wand because I knew they all go up at once. They all come down at once, 4 different blinds. It was about 100 batteries, I think. Took a while, but do it all at once. Same like if you have one light that's on one switch and it's rigged to maybe 6 different can lights and one goes out, change them all. So that's a recommendation that I give people. But I can make a whole list for you.
Yeah, there needs to be an app for these like these smart home devices where they connect all those things, so you know, because like I have an app for my car, you have an app for your car, where it tells you, or even for my Ring, like camera, battery is low, so you can make sure you just go ahead and get stuff done early, because it's always like 3 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday that all of a sudden everything's chirping.
Annoying thing, and a lot of people don't know how to take the fire alarms down, and they end up ripping them out of the wall. I mean, I've done it. I'm only speaking of this because I've done it. So sometimes there's too many fire alarms and it's overkill, but to be safe, I don't know. They recommend when daylight savings time changes, change your 9-volt batteries. Stay away from rechargeable lithium-ion batteries because they absolutely suck. They don't hold a charge. I've used them on a door lock and I've got locked out of my house. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be green and get rechargeable batteries. Yeah, bad idea.
Not only that, like I also had an issue where I bought a monoxide poison.
Carbon monoxide detector?
Yes. That was
also get a moisture detector.
Oh.
You got moisture detector near your furnace and your hot water tank. You can get Bluetooth ones that will connect to your phone in case you have a leak when you're out, or you can get ones that make a beep when moisture actually hits it. But those are always lifesavers.
You'll have to send me links.
But what were you going to say about
don't get the ones with that plug-in, because eventually you're going to need that plug one day and forget to plug it back in. So don't get the plug-in ones either. That would be my and at some point you're going to need to charge your phone and a decision will be made and you'll forget to ever plug it back in.
Put it behind a sofa or somewhere where you won't use it. I mean, I have power strips running everywhere, and National Building Code dictates that you're supposed to be within 6 feet of an outlet at any given point in a room. So that's National Building Code. So you're supposed to be within 6 feet of an outlet at any given time.
So we're going to do some rapid fire questions.
Oh, yeah, I love these.
Because you love these.
I know.
All right, let's see. You know what? Some of these I was asking as your real question. So there's that. And I kind of asked. Okay, you got $15K before listing. What do you upgrade first?
You got $15K before listing your house. What do you upgrade first? Curb appeal, kitchens and bathrooms are what sell homes. If you don't have the budget for that, fresh paint and some new lighting.
Okay. I was going to say whatever needs it. Because what if you just did that? I mean, maybe you're friends with Danny Russo and just had some upgrades and just, your husband's job transferred you. Which upgrade has zero ROI, but people still do it?
Pass.
Did you say
phone a friend?
Oh, I thought you said
pass or phone a friend. I don't know. I'm in my world. I'm going to come off as bougie at the moment, and I don't care because it's just me. I speak upgrade fluently, and I recommend upgrading everything. Skylights don't really give you much value back. Elaborate bathtubs and showers don't do too much. Trying to think of the stupidest upgrade I've done.
Slippery marble flooring. There is a death trap.
Yeah, that's all I can't think. I can't really think about that.
Probably
hanging wallpaper in a rental unit would be the stupidest thing to do, and I've had a client do it. But
there's like all the TikTok designers who are always like rental friendly design. You can just
Jesus Christ. They also,
why would I go through that trouble?
yeah, and they're painting the floors and putting.
Yeah, I'm not taking the risk of the paint coming off and now I have to prime the place before I
Yeah.
all over again. Yeah, no thanks. It's just a run off.
Exactly.
What's your opinion on home staging? Is it worth it or overrated?
I've seen, and I know some great home stagers, but I feel like it's not needed these days because of the technology that's out there, and we can do virtual staging. And I'm seeing a lot of people buy houses sight unseen, and it's like test driving a car. That's not a thing anymore. Like when you order a car, like there's no point in test driving a car. It either runs or it doesn't. So, I mean, when you see a home, you see the plans. A lot of people are buying homes sight unseen since COVID. Like when I ordered my car, I didn't see it. It just came. But like I don't want to sit in a dealership. I've told my friends that work in dealerships and I go, I am busy that day. I do not have time to sit in a dealership. I don't have time to come in a dealership. And I bought my last car through an app and I didn't do shit.
Yeah, I don't know why it has to be an all day process for them going back and forth to the sales manager, this, that, and that, running this, running that. They really need to.
The scam.
I feel like they just walk back there and pretend to waste your time thinking that you're going to change your mind on something.
There's tricks. They're pulling tricks to get you to like wait, and then you'll just get sick of waiting that you'll agree to a higher price.
Oh, yeah.
But that's my opinion. Just opinion.
I'm like, the more time you waste of mine, the more money you're costing me. So one thing that sellers forget that makes buyers run.
Put away your personal pictures and your grandma's quilts and your live, laugh, love signs and signs that say kitchen and blah, blah, blah. Like if I see shiplap, I'm busy that day.
What about?
I'm not even kidding. I've been nope.
Barn doors, whatever.
Nope.
I'm like,
if I see a
horse stable.
I don't know, but when I see a sliding barn door, I'm just like, nope.
Yeah.
And I've been looking at property recently. It's a turnoff.
I can believe it.
And subway tile.
Oh, I like subway tile in the bathroom and some like.
If it's done right, it could be pulled off.
But I've never actually had it. I just, in pictures, it looks pretty. But it also reminds me of living overseas. Like that was, tile was everywhere, I felt like, but not that color. Like we had brown tile in our bathrooms. And it was really beautiful. And
it could be done. It could be done right. But white subway tile is so pedestrian in these days. It's like, I'm so sick of seeing it.
Oh, yeah, not white.
And a lot of my clients are sick of seeing it too.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's pretty. Have you ever regretted a renovation choice as the person that's constantly renovating their home? This is for Fred.
No, but building my home, I made two mistakes. I put in one of those big jacuzzi tubs, and I wish I wouldn't have done that. And I made my kitchen sink too small. And I just haven't had time to correct it. But I use my house as my own testing ground. So
as someone that has a kitchen sink that's too deep, that I'm constantly breaking things because it slips on my hand and it crashes and breaks inside of it.
There's a gauge of stainless steel that you need, and there's also a pad or a grate that goes on the bottom of the sink that you should invest in. Real simple, and that keeps your dishes from breaking.
See, every episode, you're always dropping gems, sharing information.
I'm the Martha fucking Stewart of interior fucking design.
Because that's the thing. I don't see inside of the sinks in the pictures. I just see the overall picture. All the great stuff. All right. Well, again, this has been another great episode with TDX Podcast.
I know. Thanks. I can't wait till the next one. Love your hair. Hope you win. Talk to you soon. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Bye.